Okay, magandang umaga po sa lahat. Our lesson for today is about virtue ethics. So ito pong virtue ethics, ito po ang pinakaunang topic natin sa ethical frameworks. So ito po yung dapat nating matutunan at the end of this class, that you should be able to discuss the meaning and basic principles of virtue ethics. If we do not know the definition, it is very difficult for us to know the basic principles of virtue ethics along the way. And then second one, it is important to distinguish the virtuous act from non-virtuous acts according to the principles of Aristotle's virtue ethics. And then at the end, we will be able to apply Aristotle's ethics in understanding the Filipino character. So meron po itong application at the end. Okay, now let's move on to another slide. Okay, if you look at the slide, deontology and utilitarianism are the two ethical frameworks that focuses on the actions of a person. So, ang ethical frameworks po na ito ay nakafocus doon sa question na, what should I do? So, particular question po, or particular action rather, ang kanilang tinitingnan. Kung ang action ba ay moral or hindi moral. For deontology, an action is moral if there is a good intention with it and it is done for the sake of duty. So, ang action is good and the intention is also good. For utilitarianism, a moral action is an action with good consequence. Meaning to say, maganda po ang kanyang consequence or ang kanyang result, and it is useful and it gives happiness to people. So what about virtue ethics? Ang focus po ng virtue ethics is not on a particular action but the person itself. Yan po. Meaning to say, a person will not be a moral person if that person does a good action only once. So instead of what should I do, the focus of virtue ethics is, what should I be? What should I be? Anong klaseng tao ka? Anong klaseng character meron ka? So yun po ang focus ng virtue ethics. Unlike deontology and utilitarianism, who focuses on a particular action. That is why virtue ethics is a theory of morality that makes virtue the central concern. Yun po ang kanilang concern. Yun po ang kanilang focus. That is why virtue ethics focuses on the formation of virtuous character. Sabi nga po ni Aristotle, when it comes to moral virtue, it is a result of habit. From this, it is also plain that none of the moral virtues arises in us by nature, but the virtues we get by first exercising them, as also happens in the case of the art as well. For the things we have to learn before we can do them, we learn by doing them. Men become builders by building, a lyre players by playing the lyre, so to become just by doing just acts. Temperate by doing temperate acts, brave by doing brave acts. So for Aristotle, the formation of virtuous character can be done not by only knowing, but by acting it habitually. So, yan po ang pagkakaiba ng virtue ethics sa ibang ethical frameworks. Okay, paano ba natin maintindihan yung virtue ethics ni Aristotle? So, we will do it step by step. So, we will begin with this idea of purpose. Yan po. Yan po tayo mag-uumpisa. So, in his Nicomachean Ethics, Aristotle actually asserted that everything that we do ay nakapoint po doon sa particular purpose. Everything that we do ay meron po tayong particular aim or purpose. So, lahat po ng ginagawa natin ay meron pong purpose. That is why Aristotle is, ang kanyan pong ethical theory is teleological. Okay? Telos. So, the Greek word of end or purpose is telos. Dahil naniniwala po siya na lahat ng ating ginagawa at lahat ng umiiral sa mundong ito or even in the universe ay meron pong purpose. Purpose can be our goal in action, but it is also our goal as a being, okay? Sa pagiging isang tao, lahat ng ginagawa natin na may purpose, pero tayo din po ay merong purpose. It's like a table. Ang table po ay meron siyang purpose, and the purpose of the table ay dapat po magagawa niya, okay? Otherwise, kung hindi magagawa ng table or the table that does serve its purpose, then the table is useless. So, tayo po ay nag-aral as student at meron po tayong aim sa pag-aaral, perhaps makakuha ng mataas na marka, makapasa sa klase, makakuha ng honor at the end of the, let's say, at the end of the graduation, so that later on, maging maganda po ang ating career, and then we can have wealth, and we can travel. So, for Aristotle, and I think we have also to know that these are instrumental goods. Yan po, instrumental goods. At dahil instrumental goods siya, ito pong mga purpose or ito pong aim na ito ay hindi po siya yung pinaka-aim talaga or the highest purpose. So that is why, sinasabi ni Aristotle, if we have different purposes or aims, so meron po tayong hierarchy of telos or teloi na tinatawag. So there must be an ultimate goal. Okay? Kasi we have different goals, then there should be an ultimate goal. And Aristotle acknowledged that our highest or ultimate goal is eudaimonia, which is translated as happiness or flourishing. Bakit po ang eudaimonia or happiness or flourishing is our highest goal or ultimate goal or the ultimate goal of an individual or a person. Meron po itong dalawang qualifications. Okay? The first one, happiness is a final. It is our final end. It is our highest end. And it is self-sufficient. Ayan. Ang happiness po ay hindi na po nangangailangan ng iba para po masasabi nating self-sufficient siya. And it is final because wala na pong kasunod doon. So this is an argument of Aristotle. And for him, happiness is a final and it is self-sufficient. So happiness is our intrinsic good because we need it for the sake of itself, not for the sake of something else. We do not use happiness as a means to our end, but it is our ultimate goal as a person. So the question is, ito pa yung tanong, how can we attain eudaimonia or happiness? Okay, yun po yung tanong natin. So, mapa-isip tayo, paano ba natin siya ma-attain? And for Aristotle, eudaimonia is not just a feeling, but it is a psychological disposition. Okay? Ang happiness po sa kanya is not just now, but titingnan natin yung buong buhay ng isang tao. At doon po natin masasabi kung na ang taong ito ay masaya. So, looking back to the question, how can we arrive to eudaimonia? Yan po yung tanong natin ngayon. So, Aristotle begins with this idea of function, okay? Yan. Sabi natin kanina, lahat po ng umiiral sa mundong ito ay meron po siyang function. Like a function of a table is, anuhan siya, lalagyan siya ng pagkain, kainan, or you use it for study. And the purpose of a table is in relation or connection to its function. Okay? If a table does not serve its function, therefore it does not also serve its purpose. So, ang tanong din po ay, ano ba ang function or the purpose of a person, a human person? So, sabi ni Aristotle, meron po tayong vegetative soul, right? We are also sentient. But we are different from animals in a sense that we have reason. Meron pa tayong tinatawag na rationality. And according to Aristotle, the function or a function of an individual person or a human being is reason. To use his reason or her reason, yun po ang purpose ng isang tao. Okay? Now, ano ba ang maitutulong ng reason? Or bakit ba ang reason or the capacity to think is our function? At paano ba ito makatutulong in order to arrive to eudaimonia? So, malinaw na naman po na tayo po ay may kakayahang mag-isip. At dahil may kakayahan tayong mag-isip, napaka-powerful po ng ating pag-iisip, and we can actually use it in order to choose what is good and to arrive in that particular goal that we have. Because mind is very powerful. And Aristotle actually acknowledged it. So that is why sabi nga ni Aristotle, happiness is an activity of the human soul in accordance with the complete or perfect virtue. It is an activity of our soul, meaning to say our reason, in order to arrive into complete or perfect virtue. So ano ba ang kinalaman ng virtue dito? Ano ba ang kinalaman ng virtue dito? We know our function, but virtue is a path to eudaimonia. Ayan. So ginagamit natin yung ating reason in order to arrive into complete or perfect virtue, because virtue is a path to happiness or flourishing, or what we call the good life. So a good life is actually living in virtue, because it is a path to happiness or flourishing. Now for Aristotle, there are two kinds of virtue. Number one is intellectual virtue. Ang intellectual virtue po ay natututunan natin through study or learning. We learn from our parents, we learn from our schools, yung mga kagandahang asal. So, intellectual virtue is by knowing, but the other kind of virtue, which is moral virtue, actually nakukuha natin through action or practice. So the other one is learning. Moral virtue is action. And it is not just an action, but it is a habitual acts or action. Natututunan natin yung moral virtue by repetition. That is why, according to Aristotle, excellence is not an act. It is a habit. So, lagi natin siyang ginagawa. Kapag ang kindness ay lagi natin siyang ginagawa at nagiging habit natin siya, ang result po nito is character. Nagiging character na natin siya at nagiging parte na siya ng ating pagkatao. For Aristotle, moral virtue is very important. And for him, his notion of moral virtue is what we call the golden mean. Okay? It is a golden mean. At ano ba yung golden mean na tinatawag? It says that virtue lies in the middle, or in the mean. Or we called it misotes. So, ang virtue daw is in the mean, or nasa gitna lang siya. Bakit po importante ito? Kasi po, ang moral virtue, which is an action, or habitual action, ay nakafocus po siya sa tanong na, okay, kung ang moral virtue is habitual action, then paano pa natin makasisiguro or paano tayo makasisiguro na yung ginagawa talaga natin is a virtuous act? So, ang sagot po dito, golden mean. Ito po yung pang-araw-araw natin na ginagawa. That virtue lies in the mean. So, ano bang ibig sabihin nito? Okay, for example, yung pagiging coward is in deficiency. Kasi merong dalawang extremes. Deficiency, kakulangan. Courage is in the middle. And then excess or kasobrahan naman is recklessness. Okay? Yung hindi ka na nag-isip, basta ka lang gumagawa agad-agad. So, sa pagiging isang sundalo, being coward is not, for example, sa inyong pagiging sundalo, ang isang coward ay nagtatago, courage is in the middle, and if reckless ka naman, basta-basta ka na lang susugod. For Aristotle, it is not a virtuous act. Another one is apathy. Okay? Wala ka ng feeling, wala ka ng pakialam. Wala kang nararamdaman. Patience is in the middle. If a person is aggressive naman, it is in the excess part. So, basta tumbukin lang po daw natin yung mean. Okay? That is why for Aristotle, the virtuous act and happy life is a life of moderation in all things. Moderate lang. Dapat nasa gitna lang siya. So, lagi po akong tinatanong ng mga estudyante ko, Sir, paano ba magkaroon ng moderation? Okay? Sir, yung word na courage ba ay may apply natin in all the situation? Hindi po. Kasi kahit si Aristotle, sasabihin niya na iba ang courage ng isang sundalo sa courage ng pagiging estudyante. It also depends on a particular situation. So, tinatanong ako, paano sir? Paano po? Okay? Para kay Aristotle, napaka-importante po ng word na practical wisdom. Okay? Ang practical wisdom is like prudence. Okay? Kung napasok tayo sa isang sitwasyon, alam natin siya pagdesisyonan ng mabuti or to have a right decision kapag nandun po tayo sa sitwasyon na yun. Okay? So, being prudent is very important. And as a person, I think it is important to have practical wisdom. Kasi ang practical wisdom, ito po talaga yung magtuturo sa atin paano natin malocate or paano natin malocate yung tinatawag na mean or sa gitna. And practical wisdom or phronesis is actually part of intellectual virtue pero hindi po natin ito natututunan sa books or kahit saan. Natututunan po natin ito sa ating experience. So from time to time, kapag na-experience natin yung mga bagay-bagay, natututo po tayo. And if we are faced with for example problems from time to time or lagi natin siyang nararanasan, actually mas nagiging experiensyado tayo at alam natin kung paano ito harapin kasi lagi natin siyang nararanasan at natututo tayo. Yan po ang practical wisdom. So, ito po ay napaka-importante sa buhay ng tao. Now, virtue is a path to happiness. Okay? Or human flourishing or the good life na tinatawag. Now, if we will have our character and we always follow the golden mean, then we can arrive actually to what we call eudaimonia or happiness. Okay, in summary, or to summarize, virtue ethics emphasizes virtue as the central focus, okay, stating that moral conduct naturally stems from virtues, which are stable dispositions to act and feel according to an ideal or model of excellence. So virtue is the focus of virtue ethics and the formation of moral character because it is a path to happiness. So our function aids in cultivating intellectual and moral virtues, leading to virtuous character, ultimately achieving eudaimonia or happiness or flourishing. Ang lagay po na yung tutulong ng ating function. Okay? In order to arrive to what we call eudaimonia or happiness. Because we can use it to actually cultivate intellectual, and moral virtues. So, at the end, ito po ang ating individual task. Okay? Do you think that eudaimonia is our ultimate goal? Why is our function important in achieving happiness? And pangatlong question is, how is the golden mean applicable for you as a human being or for you as a student? And how do you apply virtue ethics in cultivating our Filipino values? If you have any questions, you may ask, and I am willing to answer it. So, thank you so much, and I hope you will learn this simple and uh, this simple presentation. And good day to all of you.